wasn't very intense to begin with. It was about a 4, but
Yeah.
I would drop it down to maybe a 2.
Fantastic. That's a bona fide result. It didn't diminish the smell of the hydrogen sulfide, but it did of the methyl mercaptans. Results, man! That's what it's all about!
Storm kite flyers beware. A bolt of lightning can have over 100 million volts of power.
Try to
That's
die
way
with
higher
dignity.
than anything humans can predict. But at the
Scurry,
Franklin Thunderdome,
weakling.
the team is going to give the kite a test shot.
We've gone to great pains to set up an experiment to Franklin's original specifications in this controlled environment. We're going to test under a variety of conditions, dry string, and what we're really after is what the effect is on the person who's holding the kite.
It's the third and most crucial part of this myth-busting. With a 700,000-volt man-made strike, will Franklin turn to toast? Well, Gelatin Ben is standing by to find out. His kite's flying high, the keys next to his finger, and his heart monitor's wired up. Just 6 milliamps across the heart, and Franklin will fly his last.
What I hope's gonna happen is that we're gonna see something spectacular, that the lightning is gonna strike that copper rod, travel down this string, hit the key, arc over to his finger, and then just light him on fire.
Okay, I'm going hot.
Hot.
We're at 60,000 volts.
60,000 volts.
And for this first test, they're using the dry string.
400,000.
The voltage
Zon's
is
with me
climbing
every
fast.
fight. This time's no different.
I'm kind of filled with a little dread here.
Here's our lightning.
A special camera called a Corona Cam shows just how much electricity is being slapped onto the kite. It really is in severe shock. But Ben is undeterred. There's no sparking from the key. So it's out with the dry string and in with the wet.
So now we're gonna start our second test, so we had to wet the string again, which hopefully will conduct the electricity a little bit better.
Remember, it was the wet string that got the tiny spark with the Vandergraaf.
This should be the main event.
Really? This is gonna be it, huh?
Seems to be blood
300,000.
everywhere I go.
As the voltage rises, one big bolt could frazzle Franklin. But then, disaster strikes.
Oh, it just burned the string.
Zon's with me every fight.
With the string
This
severed,
time's no
there's
different.
no way for the lightning to reach the key.
The voltage just increased enough to catch the string on fire.
This is not something that I expected, actually.
Building charge up top singed the string, and Grant is stumped for a solution until Tori has a brainwave.
What's happening right now is we're pumping voltage through our string, and it's catching on fire. Obviously, we just saw. Is there a way that we
Only
can build
fools
a charge
flee.
at the generator and then raise the kite?
This ends in ruin!
Discharge.
It's an ingenious idea that may just prevent the string from igniting.
Okay, going hot.
We're at 440,000 volts. We're about 480.
With the kite suspended well out of the way, the charge up top has reached 500,000 volts.
Ready? All right, should we send it? Should we send the kite in?
As the kite reaches its highest height, bingo! They get their instant discharge.
Bombs away!
But this time, there's another problem.
Touching the ground now.
I'm not seeing any triggers. It's hitting the ground. Oh, it's arcing to the ground.
Shut her down.
The kite did get a direct strike, but because the string was sagging so low, the charge arced to the floor and never reached the key.
This time what we're going to do is we're going to raise that string up so it doesn't ground out, and then we'll get that lightning strike that we're looking for.
With Gelatin Franklin standing by and the authentic key in position, the generator's charge is rising fast.
You'll never get tired of hearing that noise.
480,000.
480,000 volts. Should we send it up? Let's send it up.
With the kite approaching the danger zone, it's now or never for this myth. They've struck gold. The kite is hit repeatedly, and the charge does travel down the wet string where it finally jumps from the key to Franklin's finger. But after that shot, does he still have a heart?
And it looks like you got enough to kill him.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
Just enough.
I am Zorn's reckoning.
Grant's heart monitor reading proves that Franklin would have fried. Even this man-made lightning contained ample power to kill this famous kite flyer.
This is only a fraction of what a lightning bolt would be. We're looking at just a tiny, tiny, tiny little lightning bolt here. And we fried Ben out. Could you imagine if it was a real storm and a real lightning bolt?
There'd be no way he'd survive.
He'd be dead.
Smoke straight down the string, straight through his heart.
Piltover is a parasite.
He was never president.
Wasn't he? Damn it. Alright, so when we started this myth, we stated that Ben
I
Franklin
will not
only
tolerate
had one
interference.
hit by lightning. That was the myth.
He definitely hit and killed kite fell in the storm. I mean, we've definitely agreed with that. But, I mean, the experiment itself, that's pretty feasible. I mean, you can get electricity out of that string.
Not only is it feasible, we did it ourselves, and we got a shock off the key.
Yeah, and that was on a dry day, not too cloudy.
Seems to be
and we were
blood
still able to get
everywhere I
The
go.
experiment itself,
Confirmed.
Yeah,
confirmed.
it's confirmed.
But the myth as a story, busted.
That was busted.
This episode of Mythbusters, sparks are flying.
Totally we finally get a reasonable experiment here, and he's like,
And trouble brewing.
I would say that the rig is not safe at all.
Adam finds out that the falling penny myth can really be a pain in the... We'll see why these guys don't have their own cooking show. And find out the link between Japanese spies and Lucille Ball's teeth.
Morse code.
Who are the Mythbusters?
am I missing an eyebrow?
Adam Savage.
I always enjoyed seeing Adam in pain.
Oh! And Jamie Heineman.
Jamie wants a big boom.
More than 30 years special effects experience.
Feel kind of sexy.
They don't just tell the myth, they put them to the test. This myth originated in the Big Apple, atop an architectural icon, the Empire State Building.
The myth is that if you throw a penny off of a building this height, that it'll either get going so fast that it'll embed itself in the concrete at the base of the building.
A conquered nation is a loyal one.
Lydia Ruth has worked here for 18 years. She's heard the penny myth many times.
I know one gentleman who worked in the lobby of the building from late 1930s, right after the building opened, and he had heard it. So I think it's just one of those myths that belongs to the Empire State Building.
Tossing a coin off the Empire State is not as easy as it sounds. Tall buildings like this can generate their own unique weather conditions. Some updrafts can reach cyclonic speeds.
It's 8 a.m. in the morning and the wind's already starting to pick up. There's a possibility that if you hurl this thing off the edge of the building, that it'd just blow it back over.
When the wind blows against the face of the building, the wind blows up. And you might have heard the story of it raining up or it's snowing up. Well, that actually does happen. It will blow against the side of the building. There's an updraft. So if you throw something off, no matter how far away you throw it, the wind is going to catch it.
Hear that?
Of
Death's
course,
knocking.
There's also the possibility that the story might be true, in which case
Friends
you
just
risk
get in the
killing
way.
some innocent pedestrian.
We need to figure out how fast a penny would be going if it fell 1,280 feet, what kind of damage it would do. I think we need to go back to the shop and test it.
Adam and Jamie need to find out what is a penny's maximum speed when falling. In other words, its terminal velocity. Once they've done that, they'll shoot the coin at concrete, asphalt, and a head made from ballistics gel.
Nice.
Step 1. Finding out a penny's terminal velocity. Now, we know a person's terminal velocity is about 120 miles per hour. But is a penny's the same? In his quest to find out, Adam's willing to jump out of a perfectly good plane for the first time. As he plummets, he releases
Submit.
handfuls of pennies.
Heads up!
Well done. How'd it go?
That was amazing. I mean, it's unlike anything I've ever tried before. You really should have done it.
What'd the pennies do when you let them go?
The pennies flew right out of my hands. I opened one hand and then the other, and the pennies just like shot out towards the sky. Out of one hand, they hovered for a second in like the burble above my hand, you know, the air bubble vortex, and other than that, I was traveling way faster than they were. I want to do it again. That was awesome.
The guys have seen complex equations that put a penny's top speed at somewhere between 35 and 65 miles per hour.
I used to be able to juggle them.
But Adam's not taking those figures at face value.
Someone
He
scrape
wants
this
to
idiot
test
off the
them
floor.
in his own penny wind tunnel. At the bottom, wind speed is clocked at 65 miles per hour. Holes in the tube allow the air to dissipate, so the speed at the top drops to 35 miles per hour. If the penny stays in the tube, then the equations are correct. Bingo! Adam's one happy Mythbuster. If only Jamie were as excited.
This matches the math, the complex equations that we have showing the velocity. I think we should go for a worst case scenario, like 65 miles an hour.
Okay, works for me.
This is excited, Jamie?
Yeah, this is
We got a
Jamie.
world first. It's going out on television that we did the experiment that showed
Try to
exactly
die
how
with
fast
dignity.
it goes. No math, no ideas, no timing off the building. We got it right here in the lab.
Think fast!
Good job. Totally. We finally get a reasonable experiment here, and he's like, well, that's great. Like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna please them?
Considered
Seems to be blood everywhere I go.
You know, elevate a penny in a wind chamber.
On that note, the Mythbusters go their separate ways. Jamie's looking for a way to fire a penny at 65 miles per hour.
A conquered nation is a loyal one.
I decided to use the staple gun because, you know, when we're experimenting with things here in the shop, a lot of times I don't like to go through a whole elaborate process and days of machining something only to find that it was the wrong approach or didn't have the right speed. I like to kind of find something that will allow
Respect
me
the
to move into it
Madonnas.
quickly.
To make the penny fit in the staple gun, Jamie lops a little off each side.
Fight with dignity.
We should get out of here. That's
Looking for me?
Well, the
Oh,
good news is
illuminate
it
their
works.
lives!
I should look up before I do those things. Well, that worked.
Next, Jamie has to measure how fast the penny is going.
Seems to be blood
We take a
everywhere
staple
I
gun,
go.
like what you would have in a normal wood shop. We put it in front of a chart that we can track the speed of the penny with. We've got a concrete block and a high-speed camera. So we've modified this staple gun to accept the penny. We're firing it and tracking it, recording how fast it goes based on its
Unmatched power.
It's time to see if Jamie's penny can achieve terminal velocity. The modified staple gun blasts the coin from 3 feet at the concrete block.
Look, you can see the penny imprint.
The penny traveled the 3 feet in 16 500ths of a second.
The rig has shown that we can fire this penny at about 65 miles an hour, which is at the upper level of what studies have shown that the terminal velocity of a penny would be.
Jamie's strong points are that he'll try a solution that seems...
I will not tolerate interference.
Chewing gum and, chewing gum and nails to do something that will seem really inelegant.
Only fools flee.
Unbreakable.
A central thing about the mechanics of what he's doing, and his solution therefore it won't be too clever. It'll be very unadorned, very simple, but it'll work.
But the staple gun's not perfect. It has to fire
You
a
should
whole
have
penny.
pledged your loyalty
Obviously,
to
it was
me.
really easy to nip the corners off of this penny to make it fit in the gun, and it's not that much different in mass than what real penny is. So I'm pretty sure, based on that if I widen the channel or the throat of this staple gun, that I should be able to make it fire a full-size penny just as well and with the same kind of speed. Well, it took relatively little work, and this is it's a high velocity.
Friends just get in the way.
Terminal velocity gun right here.
Meanwhile, Adam's mood has changed dramatically.
Ah, screw. No, that's total wash. I'm going to argue against this. I don't have it today. I'm just going to get really frustrated.
He's vacuum forming a mold to make the ballistics bust.
It's a female skull, which is why I used the female head here.
The skull is placed inside the mold, and ballistics gel poured in around it. When it sets, the gel has the same density and elasticity as human flesh, which is why the FBI uses it to test weapons. The mold has
Looking for
sprung
me?
out. Paper toweling and glue stem the tide of gel. Most coins thrown from the top of the Empire State Building don't get very far. They wind up here, just 5 stories down on the 81st floor. If there's one thing, though, a lot of people omit the penny myth.
So it would seem that even though the myth is prevalent, people are pretty cavalier about testing it.
Yeah, they do it all the time, and it scares me because if they really thought that their penny was going to kill somebody, what are they thinking?
And it seems penny-related myths have always had plenty of currency.
Pennies have long been associated with luck. In this case, really bad luck, but normally very good luck. If you find a penny, pick it up, and all day you'll have good luck. If you pass up a penny, you'll lose $1. If you find a penny that's heads up, it's particularly good luck, and you should carry it with you as a charm. A bride should always have a penny in her shoe, and following the wedding, she should take that penny and get it made into a piece of jewelry, a pendant or a bracelet or something like that.
Back in the workshop, Jamie's showing off his penny gun. Adam can't hide his approval.
Damn, that is some serious impact there. I mean, are you sure this is 64?
64.4.
Thought you never asked.
Of course, now he wants to have a turn. He also apparently wants to do his own narration.
Adam loads a penny into the lethal pen shooting device.
This time, the penny is launched at a block of asphalt. The penny bounces right off. So the test shows that a coin traveling at terminal
Something need
velocity
killing?
cannot penetrate concrete or asphalt. But what about flesh and bone? Remember, the penny myth talks about a penny shattering someone's skull. Enter Norma.
Die
Adam's
with
ballistics
honor.
dummy. Norma's cranium will take the full brunt of a penny traveling at terminal velocity.
Lights. Perfect. Lights on.
The penny
Death
broke through
by
the
my
thin layer of
hand.
ballistics gel, but the skull is intact.
So, you ready to put that to the ultimate test? We've tried it on all the other stuff we've got. Want to try and catch it in hand?
The penny is leaving an imprint in the concrete when it hits, so, I'm a little hesitant about catching it, actually.
The Mythbusters are about to find out what happens when a penny traveling at 64 miles per hour hits skin.
Respect
I'll
the
do it.
Madonnas.
Okay. But you got to do it too, otherwise, you're like a wuss.
Okay, you first.
Okay. Still a wuss.
I'll kick your ass.
amuse me.
Right about now, Adam.
I'm scared.
Okay. 3, 2.
Only fools flee.
Shut up!
That didn't make
All will know that's it.
Looks pretty good. Are we ready? Ready, Adam?
When you are.
Okay, 3, 2.
You hit me in the same exact place. It didn't hurt that much before, but now it's really
Accept your
hurt.
demise.
Oh, you baby. It looks like it's swelling.
Yeah.
It stings, but there's no bruising or broken skin.
Well, I always enjoyed seeing Adam in pain. I'm not sure what it is.
All right, Heineman. Are you ready?
Now, it's Adam's chance for revenge.
So.
If it hurts, he's hiding it well. And you know how
This
Adam wants to be
Unbreakable.
well.
Go ahead, shoot me in the ass. Come on. I can take it.
Looking for me? I belong here. We all belong here.
Oh,
Well, you said I could.
I did. No, I was prepared for the consequences. Whew.
So you made that great gun. We made the pennies go 64 miles an hour. What did we end up with?
Well, it didn't penetrate
Zon
the
is the
asphalt,
future.
It didn't penetrate the concrete. It
Welcome
didn't
to
penetrate
Zon.
the skull of the ballistics dummy, and it didn't hurt your butt.
Thank goodness.
I mean, it kind of stung when we hit the bones on our hands.
Zon needed you.
But, you know, the myth's not looking good.
But that doesn't faze the Mythbusters. It's time to see how fast a penny has to go before it does serious damage.
Anytime we gotta play around with explosives,
Heads up!
gunpowder,
Baby, don't fail me now.
here at Mythbusters, it's just
Adam's modifying a high-powered rifle so that it will expend a penny.
That's not changing around. I'm just test firing.